Coping strategies for bullied nurses. Nurses need to recognize when they are being bullied, the incorrect ways of dealing with the situation, and what are some of the best coping strategies to help deal with the negative behaviors. It was found that 19% of nursing staff in Canada had been subject to workplace aggression within the last year. Nurses who are being affected need to be able to cope in healthy ways so that they don't leave their jobs. Workplace bullying is a long-term process where an employee is repeatedly targeted with negative acts. This research project is for bullying between coworkers. Personal attacks and attacks through work rules are all parts of workplace bullying which can cause serious effects. Some effects include psychological distress, as well as having an impact on somebody's mental health. Psychological distress includes depression, insomnia, anxiety, and self-isolation. New nurses are the ones who are being bullied the most within the workplace. This is mostly from senior nurses, but it can also be from other workers like doctors or surgeons. Nurses need to understand what not to do so they can implement the correct coping strategies. Emotion-focused coping strategies are not as effective as problem-based coping strategies. These strategies should not be used since they are not beneficial. Self-criticism increases the chances of a nurse to quit their job because they have had enough. This is also known as burnout. By criticizing yourself, you start to blame yourself for the situation. The strategy of self-criticism can cause emotional exhaustion, which can then lead to problems that are more severe. This is an emotional-focused coping strategy and it has no positive effects. When a victim avoids a situation, it will continue to occur and will eventually impact them psychologically. Being silent about the situation will only allow it to continue, which means it won't be dealt with. People often feel not valued, insecure, and isolated when they are being bullied. Problem-based coping strategies are the most effective way to deal with bullying. These strategies were proven to decrease the association between work stressors and strain outcomes. Cognitive reappraisal, social support, and confrontation are all problem-based coping strategies. Studies have shown that optimistic employees tend to use problem-based coping strategies while pessimistic employees tend to use emotion-focused. Cognitive reappraisal is a way of looking at a negative situation and choosing to see the positive parts. Humor is a healthy way of feeling a distance between oneself and the problem. Humor is a part of cognitive reappraisal because of its positivity. It is also very effective. Hope is also a part of humor and cognitive reappraisal. It has been shown that people who have hope will see the humor of a negative situation. 94% of high hope individuals deemed lightheartedness to be a necessary component of dealing with stressful events in life. It is very effective to have workshops with intervention sections that teach individuals how to effectively deal with bullying. Social coping is a very effective strategy. It is important that a victim talks with someone about what is going on and how to address the situation in a proper manner. This could be a close coworker or someone outside of work who is trustworthy. Studies have shown that role-playing is a safe way to communicate issues in regards to bullying. It is important to make sure you know your rights and responsibilities as a healthcare worker. Being aware of policies, which includes the anti-bullying policy, can be very helpful if you are being bullied. It is important for nurses to know when they are being bullied. It is also important that you do not use emotion-focused coping strategies because they are not healthy, and use problem-based coping strategies because they are the most effective.